Hello everyone, and welcome to the Seed of Andromeda update video for the 0.1.2 build. Now this is the second build of the pre-alpha for Seed of Andromeda, so it's still a little buggy, we're still pretty early in development. But we have a lot of new changes that I'd like to show you guys. We got some new explosives thanks to a guy named Sir Mods. He actually modded these explosives in by just changing the blockdata.ini file. I wouldn't recommend doing that right now. There's going to be a much easier way to do it in the future. But he did a great job, and I wanted to include these different bombs in the game. We've got, these are the ones that were already there, Nitro, TNT, and C4. Then we've got Black Powder, which behaves like sand. We've got ANFO, which is like the biggest bomb ever, basically. We've got black powder kegs, black powder crates. We got different black powder boxes, and then we've got a little shrapnel bomb, which is the smaller bomb. It's got 500 rays that shoot out of it. We've also got some new blocks thanks to a guy named, I think, Zombie Hunter. He changed a bunch of the block textures around and added some new blocks and just made everything look a lot better. We've got like emerald and gold and diamond and lead and all the things you like now in the game. You can go ahead and open up the inventory to check out all the different things he added. We even have a better looking coal. Yeah, I think that looks better. It looks like coal. More like coal than it did, at least. A lot of textures are still placeholder, as you know. I know a lot of people don't really like these realistic textures. There will be different texture packs in the future, different interesting ones that people will make, I'm sure. Anyways, let's move on to sources and sinks. As you can see over here, we've got some crazy stuff going on. What we have here are sand source blocks and sand sink blocks. The source blocks will just spawn whatever their associated block is, and the sink blocks will eat that block. So we have three kinds of sources and sinks right now. There's water source and sink, there's sand, and there's snow. So this will give you guys a lot more to play with as far as physics goes. I know a lot of people were having a lot of fun with the physics, so I wanted to include this in there so people could go wild. So we can delete these, and then they'll start stacking up until they eventually block this. Okay, what else do we have? I've changed the way render distance works. So now whenever you go to the options menu and open it up, you only have to change one thing, this render distance blocks. Much better than it was before. Oh, you may also notice we actually have sound now. You probably were listening over here. You can hear them kind of making this little noise. There's a block breaking and placing noise, and there is explosion noise, as you can see. There's not a whole lot else. There's music, as you can hear, going on in the background. It's pretty much just the same song over and over again. I like the song. It's pretty soothing. If you don't like it, you can just mute it in the options menu, because right now it is the only song we have playing. What else? Okay, so the memory consumption is down, so you can have a much larger render distance. For instance, right now I've got Epic, which is 336 blocks radius from your center, so it's actually a lot larger as far as the volume of the world. I've actually culled out a lot of chunks that weren't being rendered before, so it reduced the total memory consumption. So now we have these really cool render distances. This is the highest render distance right now. Since my computer is actually doing a good job, Fraps is locking the FPS to 25, but normally I get 60. I might as well increase the render distance even more so people can see further. And I need to fix up this seam. I still haven't done that. As you can see, the colors are completely wrong. So in the future, what I'm going to be working on is the world editor. That's the most urgent thing right now. That'll allow you guys to make your own mods and things like that very easily, and you'll be able to make your own worlds and all that. After that, I'm going to go on to Mac support because people have been asking for it. And it might be a little bit of a pain, but it's going to be worth it, I know. And then after Mac support, I'll go on to multiplayer. That'll probably take quite a while. After multiplayer, actually going to go start doing some gameplay stuff. And I'll probably integrate a scripting engine into the modding system so that you guys can actually help script the gameplay. I'm sure there's something I've forgotten. The full changelogs are going to be in the description. Oh, yes, what I did forget is that I'm now multi-threading much better than I was before. Before, we only did multi-threading for chunk loading, when it was just loading in new chunks. When it actually made the meshes, like when you break blocks and when you do physics, that was not actually multi-threaded. So now it is. The meshes are being uploaded in separate threads. If you have a multi-core CPU, that means your performance is going to be a lot better. Okay, so this is going to show the speed of load, and this is before. This is the 0.1.1 build. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the chunk grid on so you can see the actual states of the chunks as they load in. And you'll see that it's not loading in super fast. It's loading in okay, but it's not as fast as it could be. And then you'll see it's much faster in the new build. So here is 0.1. There we go. You notice things loaded in pretty quick, but they didn't all just pop in at once. So let's go ahead and do the 0.1.2 build. Okay, so this is the after cut for showing how fast everything loads now. Let me go ahead and free fall towards the world, and you'll be able to see just how fast everything loads in compared to before. I'm going to keep the chunk grid on the same as before so you guys can see the actual states of the chunks and how quickly they kind of fly in. It's probably going to be using about 40 or 50% of my CPU, hopefully 70 for a little bit, but I can't quite get it to use all of the CPU due to thread blocking. And here we go, coming in. Look at how fast that is. It basically instantly loads in. It's much, much better than it was before. And we got the roll. Okay, so that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me think if there's anything I forgot. Oh, there's actually a new skybox texture, courtesy of Sir Mods. He added this in. It's got kind of a Milky Way thing going on. It looks a lot better. Nighttime is still like pitch black. I need to change that. Sorry guys, nighttime is not fun for now. Let's see what else. We have a new addition to the team. His name is Matthew Marshall. He is a web designer. If you check out the Seed of Andromeda website, you'll notice the design has changed a lot. It looks a lot better. Matthew's a real talented guy, and he learns really fast, so things have been coming along pretty quick, and he's been spending a lot of time working on it. Yep, that's it. Right now, there's actually a bug I'm trying to work through. So this build is not going to be immediately available if you're watching this video. I will upload the build to the IndieDB as soon as possible. I do want to fix this bug because I noticed it as I was recording the video and it was kind of a problem. So thanks for watching everybody. Stay tuned for the next update.